What is up? I haven't had much updates on the LTZ lately, so for the longest time I've wanted to run a XC race or cross country, whatever you've heard it as. And last year when I started building this thing, it was intended to go to the Oklahoma Gold Rush. It's somewhere north of Tulsa. It's a couple hours from me. But I figure that will be the first race I run, and there were a few things that need done on the LTZ before I do that. And one of the biggest things, somehow, the last trail ride I went on, I ended up with a flat on the front, and these rear tires have all of a sudden started cracking on the sides. I don't know where the other one is. That side's still good, but this one's cracking. I mean, I still got a lot of tread life left, but it holds up for so long. And you know, in a cross country race like that, you don't want to go out there and lose your tire. So some of the stuff that I saw a lot of people recommended was that you needed to have a steering stabilizer. This was one I bought used, and they say that these don't go on the Ltz400s, but the dude I bought this from said it does. This came off of an Ltz400, so I'm hoping I can mount it in there, something like that, probably on the other side. Maybe like that. I don't know. I kind of did a little bit of a mock-up on my other frame, and it seems like it should work out. I don't know if I'd call this a mod, but this is from Mando's Quads. It's a carbon fiber exhaust cover, which is pretty cool. I think it will be a nice addition to all the rest of the black on this bike. Oh, I just burned myself on the pipe. I can't believe I did that. And a DRW sprocket cover. That is something I've been needing to get for a while. This is something, even if your chain breaks, you don't lose your crankcase. Oil change. I feel like there's more than I'm missing. I really feel like there's more than I'm missing, but it probably has to do with the parts I have coming for this thing. So a few weeks ago, I bought a YFZ that we were thinking about building. I get it in here and it was just too rough for me. I mean, I don't need another money pit. So I kept the YFZ carb, and I'm gonna switch over to the OEM front calipers instead of the Matty front calipers and see if there's any difference between the two, like how much better it stops with OEM versus these Matty brand calipers. There was some other stuff. I got 05 or 06 frame. No, I think it might be 07. I'm going to get powder coated and switch to this. Some control arms and stuff. I mean, this winter, this whole thing's getting torn down again. My graphics, I liked them when I picked them out, and they were cool when I put them on. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it anymore. It's the light blue. I'm kind of thinking maybe doing like a black and white I Buy Junk ATVs. Maybe seeing if I can get it bigger across this. Find somebody who's willing to work with me. These Singe Graphics guys, they were pretty good, but I don't know, they couldn't quite get the vision down that I had. That and the fact that I put some stuff on here a while back from Walmart. It's GX3 or something, and I think it had an ape. It was definitely a purple can. $5 since they were out of the back to black. And man, that stuff just ruined. I've been scrubbing, and no matter how hard I try, I can't get it all off. So this probably gonna have to get these graphics replaced. I think it'll look better with a little bit different setup. And then broke my mounts. I don't know, man. She's been getting a little abused over this summer. I've been riding the hell out of it. And I just need to get some updates done, but for this race, that's the main stuff I want to do. This winter, we are going to tear it completely down. LTR swing arms, so I'm in the market for one of those. New control arms, because those look like shit. And probably, I don't know. I like these Nerfs, but see that move? It does that on both sides and it rattles. And I don't know if it's supposed to do that. It's the only set of Nerfs I've ever seen that does that. Another thing that needs taken care of, and everybody's mentioned it in some of my videos. Oh, it ain't gonna squeak now, go figure. This should not be so hard to turn. This bushing right here got worn out, and so I got a replacement for that. So we didn't even get very far into this, and so this steering stabilizer, I'm just now looking at it on my quad. It's pretty thick right there. I think this is why none of the other ones said that it would fit the LTZ now. It's because there's nowhere that it's gonna fit on this stem and be able to function. Because down there, you got that bracing in the way. So I'm thinking the dude who had this on eBay was full of it. And that's why I didn't buy a new one. Because they're $120, and I was like, oh, it says it won't fit. I was like, you know what, we'll take our chances with a used one and give it a shot. Looks like we shot and we missed. Getting these tires put on is what I had on here was a 2010 9, and the tires that I had for backups are a 2011 9. So it's just a little bit wider. I don't think that should equal out to about 1 inch, but these are Chinese tires, so probably not. Hoping it doesn't affect the handling too much, because I really like the way the quad rode beforehand, but maybe it does affect it in a good way. And I'm hoping that when I decrease the pressure, it won't look like such balloon tires, because I do not like the look of that. And I don't think it's gonna bite quite as well, but I wanted to leave it on there. Start with, make sure that bead is nice and seated. The front tire had a bad valve stem. I know here soon when I do the winter tear down of this thing, I'm gonna get these hubs and stuff powder coated. I really like the black hubs, but they're pretty faded. And when I put it together originally, I was just kind of excited to ride again. Kind of excited to have another quad. So I just said, screw it, send it. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but nice balloon looking tire. Let's see how much air they put in them. 12 PSI. Right at 7 PSI. That flattened them out pretty good. And they're still a little bitty balloony. These tires have been sitting in here in the shop for, I don't know, over a year now, or maybe right at a year. I had bought a Polaris Phoenix. They had put new tires on, so I decided I'd hold on to them as spares, because it beats paying for tires, right? I'm hoping these still grip as good, because man, that tread just doesn't quite look the same. Doesn't quite look as grippy. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm no tire expert. I know, I think next go around I'll do GBC XC Masters. That's what I've seen a lot of guys running. And I've ridden one quad with them on it, although the tires weren't what I was thinking about. You know, the weird thing is that that says those are 20s, and the other tires were 20s too, but I swear that looks bigger. That looks much bigger. So, let's get these swapped. That left side bolt didn't seem very tight compared to the rest. Hopefully, I'm hoping I can do this without having to pull the whole stem. I really don't want to do all that. I got 2 new OEM Suzuki bushings for this. Like, you don't have to replace the whole block. It's like 2 half-cut O-ring things. Yeah, those are looking pretty rough. Just chuck them on the floor. And we got two new ones right here. Brand spanking new. OEM. Some of that China stuff does not fit very well. I just cannot get over that steering stem stabilizer. Like, I don't know if that guy who was selling it, like, just claimed it was fit for that, and it's not. What? Put that there. Make sure I put it upside down. You gotta put it in there where it fits in the groove. So it looks like that lip thing actually goes on the outside. So we want to put one up and one down, the bottom piece. And then I need to go get some grease. I'm gonna put some grease in this to try to help clean it up a little bit. Got some grease on there, and I'm gonna fight to get this back on. Hopefully this is pretty simple. Get that one on there. Get that one on there. And slide it down. Let that pressure hold it. 12mm. And we're in the hole. Grease all over me. No more squeaks. Yeah, awesome. On to the next. See, I knew I was forgetting something. I got this Pro Design kill switch right here that I bought last year and didn't put it on because I got excited to ride. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna wire this in, especially since it's got to get wired into that, which looks like a mess right now that I untaped it. So hopefully it'll fit up here on the bars. Yep, looks like just barely. So I finally got this thing mounted. Yeah, it turns out that I don't hardly have any American sizes here. And I'm gonna see how this works out, but long term, I think I may end up putting it on the other side of the handguard. So I think the handguard will mount better right there versus this. But at the same time, I've never raced before, and this will be the first race. So we'll see. It may not even be something I want to pursue further than this. Normally I just kind of ride. So if you are looking and you're having an issue, the size it is 9/64, I think it said. It doesn't say it. It was 9/64 though. 9/64 for those of you who can't read a tape measure or aren't in America. And that's on the Pro Design kill switch. So what I'm gonna do, now this recommended me ground it out to the stator and the frame and all that. I don't wanna do that. I'm going to utilize, I'm gonna tap into my ignition switch and just make it a power kill. I also used some of this, I don't know what it's called, I think this braided covering, just to keep it looking better up there on the top, and overall clean it up a bit. My original plan wouldn't work because this is a normally closed. It's like basically when you pull this, it opens it, and when you do that, it closes opposite way around, normally open. So basically, to try to wire it into the ignition, if I do that, then this right here is killed, and this is not killed. This is running. And obviously, that's not how this thing works, so we're not doing that. So what I ended up doing is putting one to the ground side, and the other, I tapped into this wire and put it on the coil side, and we're good to go. Got everything taped back up. We are good to go as far as I know on all of that side of stuff. What I do need to do next is these the DRW case saver, which does require you to cut a little bit. I was going to order the slider too, so you don't have to cut it, but then kind of got to thinking about it. You know, I'm gonna do the LTR swing arm. There's no point in buying that too. So I'm gonna do this, and we should be able to get the plastics put back on. And that exhaust cover, I got some grommets. Hopefully one of these will fit from Harbor Freight. Should be good to go. Take this thing home and ride it. I still do need to do an oil change on it. Never seen anyone like talk about how much material actually has to get cut off. I'm gonna sell that. But I'm thinking it's all of that. Yeah. That entire section right there. My chain looks terrible, but it's still good. It's just I went through some water. I need to tighten that thing up too. What's that? That's a rock. Don't know where that came from. And it looks like this has to come off as well. Shifter. This is either a great idea or a horrible one, but I'm going to use my Sawzall. Hold that with. Well, it worked. Definitely not the best tool for the job. There was an Acilio, probably not even pronouncing it right. Acilio something saw that I used to have. And that was great. That'd been great for this. I tell you what, that is snug. I do think these have to come off. The little spacers for the thing. Now DRW has done a whole lot of R&D for this thing. Let's see. Try mounting it up. The bolts in it. These type of case savers are designed to like take the impact in the case that you throw your chain or something like that, of that nature. Finally feels like we're getting somewhere. This was a very difficult case saver to install. After cutting that, finagling it, sticking it in, sticking it out, sticking it in, sticking it out, I think we're good to go now. Putting the shifter on and everything seems good. I intended to buy bolts, but this doesn't sit at the shop, it's my house, and I can't order bolts. I don't know the size of it. That'll be coming soon, because I do not want to have this nice carbon fiber cover on here at all times. Some janky bolts, and see if I got something else. I'll attach a link to his eBay where you can buy this directly from him. So I actually found something I think will work great. These like shouldered bolts. That might not actually be what they're called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. It is not gonna work for all three. The shouldered bolts are pushing it down. So I'm gonna end up ordering some other bolts, but for the time being, I'm gonna send it with these. I can actually torque it down without being an issue. I like it. And so we got the Pro Design kill switch on there. Got I am forgetting something. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I got everything over there. All the stuff off of that. Pro Design kill switch. I'm not gonna bore y'all with an oil change, but I am gonna change the oil. I gotta tighten the chain. I'm not gonna bore you with that either. I already got a video of that out there. Guess we just need to put the plastics back on. Stickers. We need some stickers. I'll put 2 of them up here. See how that holds up, because it looks like it's kind of peeling on that one. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just tripping. And we are done. That carbon fiber came out looking just fantastic. But this seat cover, I'm not a fan of this Enjoy seat cover. It gets the job done, but for some reason when I wash it, it gets water in it. So when I let it sit, I mean, you can still see some of it. I mean, there was enough water to drain and go up underneath the quad. And we'll get the tether hooked up. So that'd be ready to go. Got to order some bolts for that. Got one rear plastic mount on. This side though is actually it's cracked. Like the whole little plastic piece is off. And this right here probably isn't gonna last real long considering it's cracked too. That side's nice and solid. This side over here, the mount on the plastics is now broken, so I had to what's it called? Zip tie it down. And steering's good to go, not all squeaky, not all hard to steer anymore. DRWK saver on there. Got the chain tightened up. And I think we're good to go. Now it's time to go ride it, you know, get tires fixed. The rear tire, that was an issue that happened a while ago. And since, I don't know, the plug in it held, I just kept sending it, you know, whatever, it still works, right? Until I was going out there to check my tire pressure. I had to put a little bit of air in it after it sat for a few weeks, week or two. And my daughter ran over there to the plug and just ripped it out. So I didn't think that through. The rubber bushing's melted and it's smoking pretty good. But I was ripping it pretty hard because I finally got a hold of the eBay seller about the steering damper, and it works. It really wasn't that hard to put on. Even with all the plastics and everything on, I put it while I was on the trailer. But I just fixed my front end squeak. Lo and behold, those little hem joints on there are squeaking. Go figure. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and make sure you hit the like button if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, make sure you also hit the like button. It won't show you my videos no more if you hit the like button, you know what I'm saying?